An employee comes to work, all right, but the definition of coming to work is different from what you, the employer, knows as a definition of coming to work. An employee deem that the moment I appear within the company, I put my back on my desk and I sit behind my desk and I open my computer. That is the definition of an employee of coming to work. Whilst the employer is looking at it from a level of productivity within the day, an employee is looking at it as presence within the work environment in that particular day. And I find this to be very mind boggling.
Welcome to today's episode of Disclosures Podcast. And today we are going to talk about employees. We definitely understand that employee is quite a headache when it comes to our economy. It's like we are unable to identify skilled labor, or even if they are skilled, those who have integrity and have their business at heart. Today, we have with us an experienced executive and also a lecturer to lead us through this conversation. And then by the time we are done, we are going to find some practical solutions that as employers we can deploy in order to get the best out of our employees. So welcome, Dr. Nick.
Thank you very much.
Now we are talking about employees today, and you have been very vocal
Mm,
about the attitude of the average employee today.
mm,
Okay, so in your experience as an entrepreneur
mm.
and also a business executive,
Even as an employee.
and you are also an employee. So we want to understand what is the fundamental disconnect between what Ghanaian worker think their job is and what the business actually expect from them.
Your question is very academic, but I like to break it down.
Okay.
When it comes to my experience as an entrepreneur, I realize the thinking as an entrepreneur is different from or an employer is different from the thinking as an employee. In my quest to be able to climb up the ladder of entrepreneur, I realized one thing, key thing about employees. An employee comes to work, all right, but the definition of coming to work is different from what you, the employer, knows as a definition of coming to work. An employee deem that the moment I appear within the company, I put my back on my desk and I sit behind my desk and I open my computer. That is the definition of an employee of coming to work. Whilst the employer is looking at it from a level of productivity within the day, an employee is looking at it as presence within the work environment in that particular day. And I find this to be very mind boggling. You have management meeting, you call an employee for a meeting, you do all the KPIs, and the employee, some way, somehow, we have reasons for not meeting that KPIs. And if you want to punish, the employee will tell you they know they are right. In as much as, and that is one of the key things that I've realized, coming to work for the employee, I arrive at work, put my book or my pens behind my desk. My presence is felt. I've signed in the attendance sheet of clocking, whichever way. That is me coming to work. The mindset has got nothing to do with productivity. That within the hours, what did I do? What value have I added to the business that particular day? Did I miss some of my KPIs? The employees, I will tell you, don't think about these things largely. They only think about it when it's time now for appraisals. Then they'll be scratching their head, thinking about what are the objectives that I've met, the KPIs. Have I met this? No, 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 no. That is when they think about it. But coming to work, that is all.
And that's serious. But then um now I am also putting my employee cap on based on my experience. Don't you also think, what do you think about the situation whereby management, especially, or
Mhm,
bosses,
mhm,
supervisors,
mhm,
have made it their keen interest
mhm.
to have employees on present? So they are interested in the presence of the employee. Let's say if it's reporting time is 8 a.m., supervisors are walking around to see who is reporting at 8 a.m., who is going on break at exactly 12 and returning at 1 hour later, who is leaving before 5, right? And regardless of the fact that whether you've been able to even clear your works in advance and you want to do some
Charlie,
pa in.
I get a question.
Hmm.
So one of the key things that I have realized, for which you have said it, that most supervisors or superiors are much interested in the reporting time of the employee. Much emphasis have been placed on those. And also when the closing time as well of the employees. And that is the problem, because the things that you emphasize on is what as well you'll be getting. So that is the working culture or the working environment that most supervisors are trying to create. That you need to be there. Your presence, and you have to be at work. So that is what is creating some of these problems. So I agree exactly with what you said. And also, if we are able to change that culture, we are able to change that climate. Now, from just not asking for presence, but asking for productivity, the other P, I think that the mindset and the attitude of employees gradually will change, because attitude towards work is low, presence towards work is high. So there should be that collaboration between the two.
And so then, at the attitude, do you have some interesting story you may want to share?
If I start sharing it, people will know. They will know that I'm just referring to them. So let me try and use a makeup or makeshift examples.
Okay.
I don't know if you put on your employee cap or if I put on my employee cap. Most employees become very productive the moment they see their boss sits around or superiors walking around. And superiors are tend to be, excuse my language, fooled by some of these behaviors. Then they may think that you are working better than Michael, or I am working much better than, because the moment they are coming and I sense their presence, I focus on the key and I start working. And the other aspect too is that superiors are also fooled by who tells me the gossip within the organization the more. So the people that are feeding them with information that is going on within their colleagues, the employee, they think they are the best, they have the best of the companies at heart, and all of those things. So people tend to come to me the more with those. But the moment you do that, I'll fire you. The moment I catch you that you are trying to do those things just to please me, I'll let you go. I'll lay you off.
Mm.
The moment I see that you are the number one gossip person, I'll find some way somehow to let you go. That we don't want to work with you anymore. So those are the little things, because I realize that those are the ones rather that destroys the company the more than you thinking that they are the one helping you to fix the business or fix the company. And if entrepreneurs knows this, they are going to their work is going to be smooth for them. Things are going to flow very well. But they think that gossip is what gives them information, but it end up destroying things. Yeah.
You have preached today. You have preached. I don't know. Whilst you are talking to me, I also don't want to feel like I have experienced it, but then it's very painful
Mhm.
when you are an employee. Then you realize that, Charlie, the gossips are
Mhm.
getting the favor of the
Yeah, yeah,
bosses, and
yeah. And that's a mistake most of the bosses do. They think that those that bring them information are those that like them, but that is never true. Most times it's never ever true. They are the ones that are rather seeking your downfall. They are the ones that will be the first people to run away when the business collapse.
And
They are
those,
not the ones that are closer to you.
mm,
No, they are not.
no.
They are not.
So now then, I think you've been able to identify gossips and
Mm,
how you deal with them.
mm,
But then, isn't the thing you mentioned about presence and productivity,
mm,
whereby the student, I mean the worker,
mm,
will see the
mm,
supervisor
mm.
and start acting as if they are now
Being
working
productive.
seriously,
Yeah.
right? Is this problem not what KPI is supposed to solve?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. KPIs are just there, yes, to be able to regulate um, 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 to be able to regulate your productivity. That is what KPIs. But they are not there to solve attitude. They are not there. I would prefer somebody with a better attitude and a person struggling to meet the KPI towards work than somebody who is meeting all the KPIs but have a bad attitude.
But wait, then it means if they are meeting, so for the
So
benefit of
you
the
should know that
business,
business goes beyond KPIs.
okay,
You should know. Business is a relationship. It's like a day-to-day relationship. The business have relationship with the customers. Workers within us relationship with themselves because it's a networking environment. So the moment somebody has a very bad attitude, negative attitude, it affects everybody's morale and aura within the business. You can be the best of best, bringing the business all the monies that it needs. Yes, that is what most entrepreneurs are also looking for. But in the end, at the end of the day, who are you growing? Are you growing monsters? Are you growing people who don't have value or respect for each other? That is why. So business, I see business to be like a society. You understand? So yes, KPIs are there to be able to your financial KPIs, you met it. No financial ones, you are able to beat it, which also incorporates some of this attitude part of it, all those bits in it. Because when I see my boss, I'll act well. I'm not able to measure all this, all the non-financial stuff very well. So my supervisor, if I am in a good relationship with my supervisor, he sends me to go and buy wachi, go and buy this. I don't complain. I go and buy and all of those
go
things.
and
Then
pick my children from school.
exactly. Go and pick my children from school, go to the market and go and do this. At the time of assessment, she or he may think that I am the best and I'm in good relationship with all my other colleagues. But probably it may not be so. That is why people say they should do what is called a 360.
Okay,
The 360 sort of appraisal and all of those things,
so
where
what?
colleagues can appraise colleagues, where colleagues can even appraise their own supervisor. So those ones give you a broader perspective on the whole employee within the organization for you to be able to understand exactly what are employees thinking about their own supervisor, what is the supervisor also thinking about their own employee, and what are other stakeholders within the business also thinking about the people within the business. That gives you better perspective of your business than that. So KPIs necessarily does not solve all these sort of problem, but some other tools may have to come in for these problems to be solved
Okay, so for
holistically.
the audience out there, when we talk about KPIs, we are talking about key performing indicators. And what it really means is that we are looking at some performance, the performance of the employee, how
Yeah,
they are meeting their target. So
yeah.
let's take it for simple as targets, how they are meeting their targets in the organization. Now, one interesting thing I have obtained from this response is the bit where the 360
Mhm,
appraiser,
mhm.
the bit where employee will
Appraise
appraise
their
their fellow employees,
and also appraise their supervisor.
their
Most importantly,
supervisors. I
not the supervisor's supervisor trying to appraise, but
Mhm.
if the supervisor, those under him or her, are appraising him as well. I don't know if you get
I
what
get
it's
it.
like you going around to ask your subordinate, what do you think about me?
Mhm. Mhm.
You get it. The face to face, they will feel shy.
It
But
should be done secretly.
thank you. And
And
they will tell you all the story, beautiful ones.
so I think now for apart from you firing gossips, there is this thing where if you take into consideration the use of employee to employee appraiser, maybe you can ask gossips to stay away. When it is time for appraisals, they should put them on paper. Instead of you coming to tell me this has done that, this has done that, put them on paper so that we can get a clear.
They can't wait. They can't wait. They can't wait. It's like a force pushing them, just like Judas betrayed Jesus. They cannot wait. They cannot wait.
Okay.
They cannot wait.
Mhm.
Most organizations have that system, and there are people too. We need them around.
Mhm.
We need them around to be able to always serve as an example to others. So they can't wait. They can't wait.
Mhm. So now there is the issue of when you mentioned that they come, drop their bag, show up, meaning that
They are
that
present.
is work.
Yeah.
So what it means is at the end of the month, they are expecting their salary.
Good. So let me start from a setup business, because that is where I really had a lot of ideas on how the employees really think.
Mhm.
You know, the setup business, when you're setting up a business, any sort of business, it is you, the entrepreneur, and probably one or two or three employees that you usually start with. So you, the entrepreneur, can be the one starting the business. You can be the finance manager, you can be the sales manager, you can be the marketing manager, you can be the receptionist. Even most times you can be everything all in one, jack of all trade. So let's assume that you are selling, let's assume probably it's a supermarket, and you've started this mini supermarket. So you are there trying to play your supervisory role. You've employed somebody sitting behind as a teller, sort of. So one of them can be that. You've employed somebody who is a security person. Then what next can you employ another person for? Maybe somebody who back. Then you will supervise these three. But mind you, all these people that I have mentioned, they are all not customer service people.
Yeah.
They are all not sales people.
Yeah.
But you are expecting them to play that role.
And most of the time they are unskilled. Right after SHS,
No matter the skill level, whether skilled or unskilled, that mindset is there.
Mhm.
So what the person sees himself is that I am there to only collect cash. I am there to only open doors as a security person that nobody steals.
Mhm.
I am there to only bag the things that people are selling and just put it in their car. But they are forgetting that it's a startup business and there are other roles that they can play. They should be the voice of the business. They should be the voice of the company as well. They should be able to promote it, whether on social media, whether through their friends. They should be able to go all out and play several roles. And one key thing that these employees don't do is that they'll tell you, this is not what I was trained for or I was hired for. But they've forgotten that it is a startup, sorry. And they've also forgotten that this thing, when they do it well, it will grow. And as they are growing, they'll be promoted. You become the head of the tail people. You become the head of the bagging. You become the head of security. They've forgotten. All that they are thinking about is that, let me just do the thing. At the end of the day, boss, if he doesn't go and do his sales or his marketing, the business is not for me. So he should go and do whatever. They don't care about that at all. So even if people are not trooping in, they don't care that standing on the streets, holding samples, just inviting people, this is a new shop, we've there, come and have a look at it. They don't care about that. They don't care. And I find it very fascinating that they will come. So assuming nobody is coming, this teller lady or this cashier person, these security people, they've just come from the house, then they'll be sitting like this.
Yeah.
And just
Turn
watching
on
your
air
face.
conditions.
Turn on air condition, maybe increasing your overheads, and they'll just be looking at you. If nobody is coming, I don't care. At the end of the month, my baby,
Yeah.
give me my salary. That is all that they are thinking about. And I know there are many entrepreneurs there who are encountering this.
They are encountering
They
it,
are
yeah.
encountering it. They are suffering.
And I
But they
can't
cannot say
pretend
it.
I can't pretend I haven't done same before as an employee. But I am now getting it. One, and I want to maybe also put this across. If you have a startup business and you employ the people to come in, they do not understand that at this beginning we don't have big budgets to bring everybody on board. Even if we want to do proper advertising campaign, our capital will not even be enough to pursue only. So we would have to be holding so much responsibilities. But the
Mhm.
whole point is, um, how would this entrepreneur be able to convince their employees that they can have future with the organization? Because I'm putting myself in their shoes. When I started working for small business, I feel like I am here temporary. I'm here in order to get admission into university. After university, I won't be here again and all those things. How can entrepreneurs be able to convince, persuade their employees that look, there is future here for you and you should see a bigger picture
I'm
to
telling
support.
you that entrepreneurs do that every single day.
Mm.
No entrepreneur will tell you that there's no future in my company.
They-
Certainly not. I'm here to look out
no,
for
but
money.
they will not say.
No matter what, they will tell you that with this business grow, I'm not going to disappoint you. No matter what, they will tell you. Although I know some few will end up disappointing their employees, but
Mm.
no matter what, they will tell you that if this business grow, I am not going to disappoint. You can preach. The employee over there is thinking about the pocket, is thinking about the family, is just thinking about the money he or she is going to take up from you because they see you to be a rich person. That is how some of them were seeing me. Meanwhile, too, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
But they just see me to be a rich person who doesn't know what to do with his or her money and has just decided to come and establish some businesses somewhere in the UK, something, Ghana. And they just see you and they tell that, Charlie, this man, no.
I heard it.
Even if we don't work, he will pay us. Even if we don't do anything, this man is going to pay us. And you keep on having meetings. You keep on giving them strategies. You keep on going all out for them.
Mhm.
And you keep on even setting targets. And they will tell you same story week in, week out. Week in, week out. And it becomes so frustrating if you don't take care. You will sack everybody and come and bring in new people and retrain them again, sack them, bring another people, retrain them again. And that is where and entrepreneurs, I'm telling you, a lot of them are so depressed. They are going through a lot. Through a lot. They keep on talking to them. And that I am very certain that no employee will tell you that. But now if you do this work, I'm going to no. They will promise you heaven on earth.
Mm.
They are going to do that.
But then it's so how do we solve this problem? Because the whole point is I believe this podcast is not even for employees, it's for the entrepreneur. Is there any strategy that you can share that
That is why
business owners
I
can?
was talking about attitude over productivity.
Mhm. Okay.
That is why I spoke about that one.
Mhm.
And one of the key things that you always have to look out for is the person's attitude, whether the person is going to stay with you for the medium term, short term, long term. It's very key for entrepreneurs to look out for that. Those that will have the business at heart, those that will tell you that you could easily tell right from their first day of work. You could easily tell that these people are into work. This person is all out. So the attitude towards the work, so no matter what somebody is even saying about the person, with the and you know the funny thing, those people to say when the people take the job as theirs, with your do
Mhm.
with the no say business no. Say, but this one is the one working at day, night, midnight, trying to get people, sending proposals at other places, acting as the marketing manager, acting as the salesperson, acting as all the jack of all trade, the finance person, going all out. But that person to be the most bash person and talk about person within the
Mhm.
organization.
Mhm.
You could tell that this person has the heart for the business. This person want to see the business grow. So such things I always tell the people: if you don't touch this person, you've touched me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes, because I see the attitude towards the work, and I will go all out for the person. So somebody who has value and not with the attitude, so you need to move in with such.
Now the this aspect is you have identified an employee with a very positive attitude.
Yes,
What that means is you want to maintain this employee.
yes. So that is one of the key things entrepreneurs will have to look out for.
Yeah, but then what are some of the attitude of the employers themselves that can serve as demotivating factor to the employee with good attitude?
It varies, but you know what? Interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
I when I was an employee,
Mhm.
okay, people were saying that, boss, dear, asɛm a ɔbɛka biara yɛ fine a ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɛtie obiara. Then I asked the person, are you the vision bearer?
Okay.
Are you the one with the objective of the company? Are you the one that says that I am going to establish this business?
Mhm.
Certainly not. You are just an employee who is going to be a supporting figure in the growth of the business. So if what the boss is asking you to do is within legal frameworks, you do it wholeheartedly because that is what you are expected to do. And so back to your question, I find it very interesting. So some of this posture of entrepreneurs, employees tend not to like it.
Mhm.
So they see their bosses not to be the caring type, not to be the
It's all about the business.
listening.
Mhm.
It's all about themselves. It's all about the business. But these same employees that make these employers change
Mhm.
because it's starting from the business, the very time. Like I'll use the startup as an example. No startup will start for the entrepreneurs to say that I don't care for my employees. Every funeral you'll be there. Every naming ceremony you'll be there. If the person is sick, you'll be calling more than 15 times just to find out whether the person is doing great or not. Even if the person doesn't have money to send the child to school, you the employer, you'll be forced to go and look for money and say, get this money, go and pay your school fees, go and pay the child's school fees, go and do this, go and do that, just to make sure that the employee is comfortable. But guess what? At the end of the day, the employee stabs the employer at the back with low performance, bad attitude. Then do you think that when the next employee comes, the entrepreneur will change or will remain the same? Your guess is as right as mine. So as it's going on, then people will say that, oh, that is the mentality. Employers, they don't care. So we employees too, we also don't care about them. So that is the cycle. But no employer will want his business to go down. Certainly not. So some of the attitude, I think that employees should rather accommodate it and help the business grow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so because they are the vision bearers.
Mhm.
But this is not to give leeway to the entrepreneurs and business owners to also bully their staff. But some of them deliberately bully, some of them deliberately bring their people down emotionally. And those things are also not good. Yeah, those
And
things are
I,
not
I
good.
also
And
want
has
to,
to be managed properly.
okay, I wanted to add this. Since you have the vision, and I think you bear the vision, but there
Mm.
are people who are also
They
going
are
to
supportive
carry
people. Yeah,
the
that's
vision.
exactly.
So I really believe that as small as your business is,
Mm,
don't leave writing of vision statements and all those
mm.
things to the big organizations. Don't feel like we're the big organizations.
Oh, definitely. You need to have
You have
everything
to
in place.
ensure that
Let's know what the vision is.
the
Let's know
vision
what the
is the
mission
vision.
is. Let's know
Every
what the goals are. Let's know what our yearly targets are and all of those. It's important.
let's also consider waste from the side of the employee. Like the employees do not, an employee who do not care about company assets, the running cost of the organization. So when I talk of assets, I mean the properties. I'm not explaining it to boss man here,
Don't
but
worry.
employees who do not take good care of their company's properties, things that belongs to the organization,
Mm,
they will leave office, leaving air conditions turned on,
mm,
and all those things, even if they have organizational properties to be used for their business, they sometimes even want to use for their personal issues. So ubehuna weekend or the company car echo a year or those kind of vibe. Now you as an executive who have managed finances for businesses, seen the balance sheets, how do you see this waste? How does it affect businesses?
mm.
Hi, we hope you are enjoying the conversations. Sorry I cut in this moment, but there is important information that I have to share with you. We need you to subscribe to this channel. We need you to subscribe to this podcast. This will enable us to grow our community and show our guests that when they come onto this platform, we are a large community where his ideas and conversation will actually make a massive impact. Without this, we may not be able to convince very resourceful persons onto this platform. I cannot do this alone unless you hit on the subscribe button. Hit on it and let's dive back into the conversation.
Which is the big issue. When I was an employee, I didn't even realize it that much. Although I realized it, but I didn't realize it that much. And I will go back to the startup before going back to the big businesses. Example, the supermarket example that I gave. When you look at these three people with their employer and nobody is entering into the business, like we discussed, the light is on, is waste. Air condition is on, is waste. They go to the washroom, water is flushed down the drains. They are all waste. I'm not saying they shouldn't use those, but I mean, it should be managed properly. Tissues are used and it's waste. And some of them even end up taking some of the stuff home as well. It is waste. Know that these things are causing your business and it will come back to hurt your business the most. Entrepreneurs to be able to manage this, it is really going to take a lot of effort, to be able to manage some of this waste. It's really going to take a lot of effort. People have tried several means, trying to get people to be in charge of some of the items that they deem waste within their organization. But do you know the funny part of it? The person that you've entrusted to be the watchman of some of these items also tend to utilize it. Exactly. And it becomes very problematic. It's just like a friend that I know who has a warehouse, keeping valuables in this warehouse, and trusted the key into one of his trusted employees. And the next moment, next few months, next few weeks, he went into the warehouse and half of the items are gone. And they asked the boss, then the boss said, the boss, I'll see me for way my way. So we see me for way my way. And the boss told him that take one, it takes two. Takes two, it takes four. Takes four, it takes. So he's doing the multiplication effect. So the boss thought that he is rather trying to cut down the waste by trying to, but rather the waste is going on. That is why I say some of these things, when you see it as an entrepreneur, you quickly get rid of the person. Let the person serve as an example. Next time, don't be afraid to fire. That one, don't. Don't be afraid of what the other employees are going to tell you. Fire. No matter what, just fire. Till you get the right person.
Yeah, so we are on a quest to get the right people. Would this also be so? From my understanding of this conversation, it looks like integrity of the employees is very keen. The attitude is very keen. At what points does skill also come in? Because if I have,
as the company grows, you need to bring in skillful people. And that is where if you also don't manage it, those that were in before, they also have issues with you. So you also have to encourage those that started with you as well to also try to take some small courses here and there, educate themselves as well, to be able to grow with the business. Because you cannot start with a chartered accountant at a stage when they are now starting the business. You cannot start with a professional chartered marketer as a stage that you are trying to grow the business. You get it. But if your employees are smart, those that are talking to clientele, trying to build a customer relationship, something for themselves, if you, the entrepreneur, are able to identify that, try to educate them in that area to be able to take up that level, even as the business grow. And that way too, when new employees come, they will see that no, there's a trait of employee growth within the business. But if that is where they are and new people come and they come and sit on top of them, then another new people too will come when the business has grown, another two will come and sit on plot. The people will tell you that, you know what, this business, now 20 years, what I'm doing is what I'm doing. I don't see any growth in my life as an employee. So the entrepreneurs will have to try and look at these things and try to manage it well. Let the business grow with the employees. Let them see that trajectory of growth. So that those that you will be employing will be below these people. Then they will be growing. If you've done these things and these people are also not pulling themselves up, then you have every right now to bring in new people. You put it on paper and let them know that I try to grow with you, but you refuse to grow with me. So we are all moving on, because at a point, if I also can't manage the business as a CEO anymore, I have to get in somebody who have the necessary skills to be able to grow the business as well. Once I sit as a shareholder, that
Yeah.
is how the business is.
So let's look at this aspect to loss of customers, delay projects. Okay, we may feel like um, we are having a delay project. We are we have a customer, but they are not buying from us anymore, but other people will buy from us. So what's the problem? Okay, now an entrepreneurs employees attitude can lead to losing customers. Their attitude on working on a particular project may even cause the project to delay. Now, what is the cause behind this kind of attitude?
Is the too big to fail syndrome.
Mhm.
That is the whole cause. That when businesses get to their maturity stage, they tend to be complacent in some of the things that they do. They think that without them, the customers don't have anywhere going. That is what they think. But I will tell them that no, that is not true, because I'm a customer myself. I just change suppliers just a few moments, and I know that they are sitting out there with their mind thinking that I will come back. I'm not going to come back, because if your employees don't treat me well, your employees sit down and talk here about their customers, and even sometimes in front of you, because they don't know your name and they've only heard of your name, they will just be talking. And this man, he does this. When we call him, he talks to people anyhow. Meanwhile, they don't know a hoot about the customer or the client, but you are sitting there, right there, and that is what happened to me. And they were just talking about me, just giving me bad names. And I would just look at them and I just shook my head and I said, me, I'm not coming back to this place again. So it is something that has to do with confidentiality and information management, because there are some of the things that people within the organization, let's say supervisors, will just go and sit at the reception area and just start talking about one particular client very badly, about one particular client or customer very badly. What you have done is that you've exposed your customer, you've exposed sensitive information about the customer, which you shouldn't have done that. You should have protected the customer. If you have any problem with the customer, you can call the customer to the office and let them know. But as you have done that, all the employees, so the receptionist will now go and talk to somebody else, who will now talk to somebody else, and it will spread within the whole organization. And I don't think that if any customer or client should hear of this, it will come back. And the quality of service that you are offering, please be careful about it. Listen, this one, I'll just say it as it is. I don't care whoever say this thing. I took my car for servicing. Somebody spoiled something on the car. Then they'll come back to tell me that when I brought the car, that is how the car was. And you expect me to come back. I'll take my car. Yes, that is how I brought the car. That is how the car was. There are so many mechanics around, so many repairers around. You are not the only one. But because you are at the maturity stage, you think you are too big to fail. I'm sorry to tell you, you are not too big to fail. That theory is over. It's an open market. People are completely heavily with you. So you always have to make sure that your customer, as you have been saying, is always right. That thing should be a guiding stick, but it shouldn't be the ultimate, but it should just guide you and be able to make sure your customer is always satisfied and will come back for a repeat business. If you don't do that, and most entrepreneurs, when they are that maturity stage, or most businesses, they don't care about that. They think when they lose one, they will get 10,000. I don't know where they get that theory from, but it is no more that. Using myself as an example, I don't think when you treat me that way, I'm going to come back. Never.
And they do not even understand one thing about customer referral.
No, they don't. They don't. They don't. Some of the things that I was talking about, I have referred people to these businesses before. I have. but they rather will see you as the bad person without even taking any commission. Just refer. Because at a point in time, you feel like, let's help a Ghanaian business grow. Just refer. Just refer.
Okay. Now we should also find a way. This one, free advice for my audience. And the whole point is that on this podcast, our main aim is to ensure that small businesses are able to grow and put up a business that can even outgrow the
Yeah.
founder's lifespan.
Yeah.
So what that means is that these founders, businessmen, may not have cannot do micromanaging, right? The situation where they would have to be there every time to manage to make sure that things are done right. Now, can you help us with some systems that these business owners can put across to ensure that even in their absence, they know that their business is being taken care of properly?
So in the UK, for instance, the business that I manage there, sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not there, but it's being managed remotely. It's being managed remotely through systems and tools as well, through softwares as well, CRM softwares as well. It's being managed, booking apps to be able to manage the business in your comfort. And everything is linked to our bank account. Everything is linked to all our CRM data and all of those. So we are able to manage our clientele base very well to meet their deadlines and make sure that they are also not paying penalties and all of those. And I believe that is what entrepreneurs should be doing. I know the work is hard. I know it is very difficult for you. I know you are thinking a lot. Where am I going to get the money from to do this expansion? But in all the midst of all of these things, simple tools, simple tools, which are online AI tools that you can use in managing your business, because you don't need to always be there. If you are there, how do you are there to the detriment of your family? You are there to the detriment of friends, your network people. Because all these people, you need them to be able to grow your business. You cannot grow your business in isolation. So you need all those people. You need time for your family. You need time for your network, your school classmates, all of those people to be able to help you grow your business. So technologies, whichever business you are in, whether you are at the marketplace selling tomato, whether you are a C-suite executive in a big multinational company, you need technology. Without technology, you cannot do anything. To be able to just with your phone, you'll be able to guess, okay, this is how my business is growing. These are the weaknesses. These are the number of employees that are at work. This is how much I am paying each employees in terms of cost and all of those things, so that you can free up your mind to be able to take strategic decisions. That is why the business is you, because you are the vision bearer. You are not just anybody. You are not an ordinary employee. You are the one who have to come up with the strategies or guide the employees in executing that strategy. If you don't do that, I don't think so that this business will survive. So please, micromanaging, you just always be there and be monitoring. You've turned yourself into CCTV cameras. Try to monitor your employees, or if better words in the olden days, we say you turn yourself into witchcraft. 360 CCTV cameras. Try to no. At times, give them the leeway as well. Give them the target. Monitor their attitudes towards their work, and see, some of them will perform wonders for you. And if they don't perform, like I said, don't be afraid. Fire.
Don't be afraid, fire. Now,
You live with the right person, of course.
I have a feeling that Charlie, no nonsense entrepreneur that we are having on our show today.
Oh, no. I'm the nicest of entrepreneurs you get.
Okay, so now let's also consider a way to make employees feel that the company's win is also their win, because sometimes we cannot wait. You see, we cannot wait.
I know. You know what? So those are the little things entrepreneurs or employers who would have to be doing when the business is growing up. Little wins. Charlie, take your people out. Go and have a sit out, drink out somewhere. Celebrate the win. Then they'll know that, hey, Charlie, my boss is guy. My boss like us. My boss this. Even if you don't like them, take them out. The little wins, the little project contracts you execute, just those little wins will let the employees know that you are with them. But if you don't do that, they'll say, and a boss, he get all the money. Right now, he has run to Abrochi. He has gone to see there's going to blow. When he comes, he's coming to shout.
See his new car.
Yes, see his new car, see his new this, new that. Like the little wins, take them out. Take them out. The little, even if you can celebrate their birthdays, just buying cupcakes, just trying to talk to their family, their spouses, if they are not married, maybe their girlfriend, if they're also not married as well, just take them out. Just family day out, something like that. They will feel that Charlie, this business is for me. This business is with me.
So the entrepreneur must ensure that they make them feel it. They
Yes, the
show it.
little wins.
It's
Yes.
not like
The little wins.
talking.
No. Talk no do. It's not like talk no do. You need to do the action. Say it, act upon it, and let them feel it.
Okay. Now, we want to also see how we identify talent with good attitude, talent with sense of urgency, having the ownership mentality so that we can hire them. So if you are hiring,
I think I'm not an HR specialist, but I'll try to do it.
no, but you
From
hire
the
people.
employer point of perspective, I'll try and look at it. It's really difficult to identify a talent during the interview stage. It's extremely difficult. I think that you should be able to, with supervisors, the help of supervisors and other superiors, is at the probation stage. Those are the period that you really need to look at this person and make sure that the person is a best fit in the job that you've employed the person for. Interestingly, I know somebody who was employed as an accounts person. The person spent like 2 to 6 months within the account and was asked to move to become a salesperson. I've acted as a sales manager before. Can you imagine? Of a big business in this country in the early 2000s.
Okay.
I have no idea on it, but I try as much as possible to work on it. And this person moved to the sales department and has performed wonders, become the number one salesperson. Somebody who has an accounting background, can you imagine? Doesn't even know what product differentiation was. Doesn't even know what product, how to even talk to customers, how to convince customers. Doesn't even know anything. But the person within the sales department has performed wonders and has become the number one salesperson within the organization. So during this probationary period, if you find out that if I have fired this person to be within the accounts department, the person is not performing, just look at the person's attitude. Maybe the person comes to work. I know nowadays a lot of people have turned themselves into social media people. Then the person come to work and just be dancing around doing this. If you have a best fit for the person, put the person there and tell them that, okay, you know what, I've seen that you are very creative. Let's see what we can create for this business to sell this business out there. Try the person for another 2 months because usually probation is like 6 months or something. If the person is not performing in those areas, try the person in another department and see if the person, no, this person is not meant for my organization. It's just looking for work. It's just looking for something to put food on the table.
Exactly.
It's not looking for the win-win situation that we are always looking out for both employees and employers. So that thing should be there to be able to, but identification of talent at the interview stage is extremely difficult. Extremely. That is why I keep on saying that. Don't think that you have made a mistake at the interview stage. If you know the person is a misfit, don't be afraid to do what? Fire. Just fire. Call him for another interview until you get the best fit.
I believe that now at this point, I feel like you are countryman zongo accountant.
Oh, no.
Fire for fire.
This is not fire for fire.
Okay.
This one is looking out for your business growth and looking out for the right person with the right attitude.
All right.
You realize that when you do that and they have the right attitude, the right fit, it goes.
The bad attitude of employees can be very frustrating.
Extremely.
When you, as the business owner, have tried all strategies
I'm telling you.
available to you
I'm
to
telling you.
ensure that you get the best
I'm telling you.
employees to work with.
I'm telling you.
And at a
Let
point,
me tell you a
Mhm.
story. Let me tell you a story. I know the person will know that I'm talking to him or so let me tell you a
I'll
story.
be glad if they come and subscribe to this channel.
You know what? You start a business, you buy a laptop for the business. The person, usually office business laptops, the
Mhm.
person can take it home and you realize the person is not performing. You realize the organization is not making the money. And you decided, you know what? If you people cannot work to pay yourself, I'm not going to bring in my private resources to take care of you anymore. The person decides to take the laptop at home and tell you that if you don't pay me, I'm not going to come to work.
Mercedes laptop.
And a laptop needs to me if I'm broke.
Mm.
Then the person, now you give the person the money, then the person will come and tell you that if it's a laptop, no ditch.
Ah?
Yeah, you're saying, so you see the mindset. You see the mindset of
Yeah.
the person.
Mm.
And these are people too that I have looked out for. Try to pay school fees for their children. Sometimes when they are even suffering, try to take them round, win-win, buy food, lunch, morning breakfast, and all of those things for the person. Then they will turn back and stab you. And they come to work and come and sit down aloof. Then they'll be looking at you.
Mm.
Say, let's go and do marketing. Then when they are working, do you know how they work? They walk behind you.
Mm.
Then you walk forward. Then if you don't approach, it's like going on evangelism.
Yeah.
If the pastor don't approach the Mike
Yeah.
and start talking to Michael, then we all will be at the back. Maybe we've cited Cynthia behind and we can talk to Cynthia, but we'll not talk.
Pastor didn't call Cynthia.
Thank you very much. That is how it is. And these are frustrating moments for entrepreneurs. That is why I told you that people let people change. Employees let employers change. Because you learn with time and with experience. And you learn not to open up anymore for your employees. You learn not to take them out anymore when it's win-win. You said you are coming to work for your salary. Your salary you will have.
Mhm.
Me too, my time I will have. If I have to use you like a donkey, I will ride on you and use you well.
We must get the best out of you. So
Uh-huh.
if this frustrations is causing somebody to quit being an entrepreneur, quit doing
It's
business,
sad.
what kind of advice and encouragement you can
No,
give
it's
to them
sad. I
in
understand
order
the
to
frustration
continue?
out there, but know that you are the one that have the vision. You are the one that slept and actual and saw the vision, and you decide to actualize it. Yes, there are times you say that it's only a fool that doesn't change his mind. But in this aspect, I believe there is a purpose for which you have that vision. I believe there is a reason for which you are dreaming of what you want to do. It's best for you to start all over again, but not to run away from that business. Probably just start it at a new location, new set of employees, and don't give up. I've done that before. And I think now it is working. Yeah, where people called me all sort of names, all sort of names. Then you ask yourself, am I the employer or am I an employee? So you don't give up. I'm in it with you.
Mhm.
I mean, just come back, change the strategy, change the employees, and get a new mindset, a new energy, new strength, and it will work. Never give up. The first 5 years of any business is not easy at all. No easy at all. Because you are now finding your foot. You are now fighting with competitors in terms of pricing. You are now looking for new customers, new territory where you can place order. It's not easy. Then couple of it, then you have bad employees,
Mhm.
my friend. It's not easy.
Mhm.
So I dove my heart out to all entrepreneurs there. But don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
All right. So, on this motivation note, we bring today's discussion to an end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can leave review for us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. See you in the next episode.